Hi everyone, my name's Goksu and I'm your Student Union President here at Student Union UCL. I was in Baku, Azerbaijan last week for COP29, which is the UN's climate change conference, and it stands for Conference of the Parties. It's delivered by UNFCCC, and it was a great experience to be there. Being a young observer at COP, it was truly inspiring to see so many young people coming together as representing their organizations, their country delegations, and it was truly inspiring to see how more than 50,000 people could come together to talk about climate change issues, which affect all of us. There were some people who were a bit hopeless, who just went there in the name of tokenism, but then there were many people whom I met, and most of them were, young people, students just like you, who were quite hopeful and there to make change. And it did empower me to represent, the students' interests there. I spent a great deal of time in the Children and Youth Pavilion, in the Blue Zone. And I met some youth delegates from countries like Spain, Azerbaijan, Australia, Singapore. And it was fascinating to see that many young people. Some young people I know who I met there literally barged into some negotiation rooms and challenged some key stakeholders, which gave me hope because by far amongst the people I met, young people were the most passionate to tackle climate change. Although some people are feeling hopeless, people like academics from UCL and young people were actually trying to make an impact at COP29. For example, academics from UCL and young people across the world are trying to leave an impact, and we shouldn't let it stop us. The youth delegates and young activists I met were bringing the student voice at the forefront of negotiations at COP29. It was amazing to see young people actively leading discussions at COP. It felt like our voices were a big part of the conversation. So COP went on for 2 weeks. So that means negotiations lasted for 2 weeks. Member states were able to agree on a deal, and a pledge has been made. However, climate vulnerable states stormed out of the negotiations as they were quite dissatisfied with the result. But that still shouldn't stop us from taking action and from raising awareness. I personally really want to see young people drive the change to make the world a more sustainable and just place. I'm a bit frustrated that things didn't really go as planned and that some climate vulnerable states had to leave the negotiation tables. I guess we need to feel frustrated in order to drive change and raise our concerns because we don't really have much time left until 2030, and we need to take care of our planet and environment. Having said that, I feel very much supported by the UN because they hosted many events supporting the youth voice, and I met the UN Assistant Secretary General for Youth Affairs, which was very inspiring because I got to see how much the United Nations actually cares about youth involvement in sustainability and climate change decisions. In terms of what's next, I'm really energized to be back here and work with like-minded students who care about climate change issues and sustainability. And I really recommend you to join the Sustainability Leadership Conference so that we can come together, discuss ideas, and actually drive change at UCL and beyond.